Everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to EA Tetragrammaton, where we are playing This is turn 104. Let's jump into things. Alright, we've got a little bit of stuff going on. Let's get through it and then talk about what is actually happening. So, we've got a Harspecs, nothing, absolute nothing, Harspecs nothing, Harspecs nothing, absolute nothing, Auspecs nothing, Harspecs nothing, a Dark Knowledge. Okay, so this Dark Knowledge finds a Silver Sarcophagus and a Cave of Skulls. Silver Sarcophagus is a +1 Death Gem, +1 Astral Gem, and a Cave of Skulls is a +2 Death Gem, and lets you summon ghouls. So that's pretty cool. 4 gems there, pretty nice. We cast Lichcraft, and then we got an Auspex with a Copper Idol and a Whirlwind of Cylon. Copper Idol is just a +1 Air Gem. The Whirlwind of Cylon is a +4 Air Gem, so that's +5. Taking us from 28 to 33, which is a nice little increase. Definitely not going to complain about that. Next up, Harspecs nothing, Augury nothing, Good Tartarian Gate, Auspecs nothing, Gift of Reason. Summon Kusarikus. We cast Maelstrom successfully. Cool. Curse of Blood. And then we did some blood hunting. Sweet. So, you can see, like, our site searching is winding down. Basically, we're pretty much done with most of the site searching that we can do. So that's good. That means we're not losing the gems to site searching. It also means that we kind of hit the peak of where we are going to be able to be with our income. We made a couple of nice little, recoveries there towards the end. We got a nice bonus to Dark Knowledge. We've had a couple, I think, over the course of the last few turns. We've got a couple of little tips to Auspecs. We didn't really get much, we haven't really done much in the way of Augury. So I think we probably still have some fire on the table. Unfortunately, we've gotten almost nothing when it comes to Earth, very little Astral, and very little additional Nature. So that's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. We've gotten attacked. I'm not going to watch these because they're not protected, so we know how they go. And Elder gets attacked by 8 Soul Torns and dies. Gala 30 gets attacked by a Lesser Horror and dies. And then we have some unexpected things. So the Silver Sarcophagus has been opened. So that is a thing. We'll watch that here in a second. We got a +100 tax harvest in Teneria. Or Tenera. +8 defense in Underspring, +28 unrest in Defaros, and then we have a battle in Hidden Realm, as after the Sarcophagus pops, a Divine Mummy comes out to kick our ass, and this guy has a shit ton of HP. It's sorry, it's kind of funny, right? Against low numbers of PD, this guy will destroy them, right? Because he has so much HP. He doesn't have great stats, but he has so much HP. And he'll typically kill something in a hit or two, and then he'll fear bomb, etc., right? Also, surrounded by a horrible wind of leprosy, meaning that he just plagues the shit out of you. But this is a cave, and it's got cavemen in it, and cavemen hit like trucks. So this guy is gonna come in. And sure, he'll screw up the guys around him, but he doesn't last like 2 turns because the cavemen just hit so hard, That was pretty funny. Anyways. So we've got some more disease in Troll Peaks and Delufe. I've kind of just let this go. At this point, I don't really care. We found a scout. We cured some diseases, and now we are into the turn. So what's actually happening this turn? This is one of probably the second to last turn of just straight preparation. This turn we are going to be very close to done with Evocation 9. I think we're going to pull the trigger, or one of our triggers, I say, at Evocation 9. We might have to spend another turn or two. We'll see how that goes. But in theory, you know what? In theory, actually, I'm going to slightly change something real quick because it occurs to me that we can do this a better way. So we're going to do that, and we're going to do this. And this is going to potentially waste even more gems. But we'll get to that in a second. So again, this is one of our last preparatory turns before we pull the trigger on trying to Throne Rush. So let's go ahead and go to each of the locations that we're kind of talking about and see what our plan is there. Okay? So this turn we are sending the Mictlan army back into Pangaea. This is important. One of the reasons why I'm taking so many turns is this army is kind of mauled, right? And I'm trying to get it to where they have plenty of turns in our dominion, in a powerful dominion, to try to get some Gift of Health procs, basically, right? So Gift of Health will heal permanent afflictions, and the overall goal there is to try to benefit from that. Plus, the army just kind of needs to be beefed up a little bit. It's been mauled down to 177. We've got 41 units here and 41 units here. So the goal is to try to get it to around 300, okay? And then go from there. So the Mictlan army will arrive in Pangaea. In Pangaea, we are recruiting as we have been, but the big things is that we're trying to summon a King of Elemental Earth. And the goal here is as we've kind of said, is to go for that Flames from the Sky kind of option, right? If we have a situation where we have the ability to dual cast Flames from the Sky at a province, or just Flames from the Sky next turn, Flames from the Sky next turn, Flames from the Sky next turn, right? To barrage something. Now, Henom's a little bit more of an oddity, right? Because they have such chunky units. So Flames from the Sky, I would need to roll high, or we can just go for the effect of wiping out all of their chaff, which is definitely something that we can do. Take a look at something like this, right? Bunch of long deads, and stuff like that. These we can get very easily. Same type of scenario down here with Raphabolia, right? So that's what's going on in Pangaea. We're going to try to summon a King of Elemental Fire. If it works, great. We have a very nice boon. If it doesn't, we wasted some fire gems. We'll just have to deal with it. Okay? In Kailasa, we're doing the same thing. So we've got a... We've got a King of Elemental Fire here. Or we've got a Flame Spirit that's going to try to summon a King of Elemental Fire. And we'll see how that works out. We're also, again, we've talked about this, forging water bracelets all over the place. Trying to make sure that all of our Ishibs have water bracelets. We're now at the point to where we're trying to only do things with Dwarven Hammers. At least, kinda, semi-sorta. And this is one of the locations that we're doing this, but we're doing this in two locations. Probably going to do it in a third here in another turn or two. But we're summoning, we talked about this, we're summoning an Ugalu. So, an Ugalu is... I wish it would just give you like a synopsis, right? Like or not a synopsis, but like an actual a unit card. I don't understand why, you know, you click Summer Lines and you don't just have like a unit card for Summer Lines here. Like I hate having to like look things up on the inspector every single time. Like all the information's here. Right click it, expand the window, have a unit card. I'm sorry, my voice is kind of going. Anyways, we're summoning an Ugalu because Ugalus are Air 3, but you need an Air 3 to summon them, so that's something that we have not been able to do. We've been able to do it, but I have passed on doing it earlier on in the game because, one, we didn't have enough air gems at first, and then two, when we got to the point where we had excessive numbers of air gems, we had Astral Corruption up. So now Astral Corruption is gone. And we can summon an Ugalu basically to be a part of every single army and be Stormcasters, very easy Stormcasters. But also, we might just summon more Ugalus. We probably won't because we need the air gems, but we could summon just more Ugalus in order to be decent thugs. They're pretty not bad. So that's going to happen in Kailasa. We are moving most of the forces from Belagor into Kailasa. And then we've got a Flame Spirit heading to Silverfangs. Elsewhere, we've got another round of Enkidu Shamans. One that is heading towards Kailasa. He is a natural nature 4. This one is also a natural nature 4. So both of those are pretty nice. Right? Pretty good. So they're going to be really useful for high-level nature castings. I might also, and this just depends, right? Trying to figure out how many turns I want to go into preparation, etc., etc. But I might build some crystal matrices and put them on individuals like our Enkidu Shamans in order to do some really big nature battle magic, like Army of Rats or something like that, right? Now, the likelihood of that working is relatively low, but if you do something like, I don't know, Master and Slave and Army of Rats, if you have those types of things going down in a battle, I mean, they can significantly alter your chances of winning, right? So I'm just looking for options, basically. We're moving this Flame Spirit into Hall Woods, and then probably just going to sit there with them. I don't really think there's a lot else happening in the way of movement. Right, we've got a bunch of Vampire Lords at this point. I think we have 7 or 8 in total. We're getting to the point to where the blood hunting combined with the fact that we're actually getting 11 blood slaves per turn just off of basic gem income. But we're getting to the point, and this is the point where I want to get, where we can summon a Vampire Lord every single turn. If we can get to that point in the next 2 or 3 turns, that's really going to benefit us, because then we can summon a Vampire Lord, send it out. Summon a Vampire Lord, send it out. Summon a Vampire Lord, send it out. Which is going to be really, really useful for us to do counter raiding with, because I'm gonna assume that we're really going to need that. And then we are onwards to So, for a quick check, we got another Tartarian Titan from our Tartarian Gate. Cool. Fantastic. We are going to Gift of Reason that Tartarian Titan this turn. We're doing another Lichcraft. We are empowering. We've got Ash Soul the Lich now. We are empowering Ash Soul. We will probably empower him twice so that we can start doing 2 Tartarians per turn. 2 Tartarians per turn and 2 Gift of Reasons per turn. We can probably do way more than that, but I'm trying to control the amount of gems that I'm spending right now. But that's the initial goal, right? 2 tarts and 2 tarts every turn, and the next turn Gift of Reason, the next turn geared up and thrown out, right? So we'll see how that goes. Summoning more Kusarikus. We are summoning another Apkalu. This will probably be our final Apkalu, at least initially. Right, I want to get another Apkalu, especially now that we're closer to that 30 mark because of the Maelstrom. Unfortunately, I need the Astral Pearls for other things, right? I need the Astral Pearls and the Earth Gems for things like Crystal Coins. I need to put a Crystal Coin on the Apkalus that I have, and I need to put a Crystal Coin and a Starshine Skullcap on the next Apkalu that I get. So that's causing me some constraints with the gem income that we have. But we definitely want one more, the one that we're summoning, right, to go with the Pangean army. So we have the Kailasan army, the Pangean army, the Yomi army, and then the army, right? And technically I could stop it at that and just leave this Apkalu, or have this Apkalu be the one that travels with the army. But if I do that, and then I do not have another Apkalu to summon more Apkalus with, right? It's that kind of situation. So I would rather summon another Apkalu and go from there. So what I might end up doing is I might attack I mean, I don't know why I air quote. It's going to be an actual attack. But I might attack before I attack Lanka, just to have a turn or 2 additional in order to make a few more creatures and go from there. Okay? And this goes with the concept of like liches and vampire lords as well. We have to be able to combat Lanka's ability to flood our borders with thugs, and the only easy ways that we have right now are basically our death income. Well, I guess blood income as well. So we've got vampire lords, liches, and then tarts, right? But tarts are gonna need gear. A lich doesn't really need gear. A vampire lord doesn't really need gear. Now, granted, that's because it's an efficiency move, right? They don't need gear if we're being efficient, but if we want to be successful, that's a different matter, right? So, got to kind of figure out where we lie on that and go from there. Continuing with Tartarian Gate, of course, continuing with Augury, actually, to the point where, okay, he's still traveling. I do still think, there's fire still on the board to get, I think. So I'm going to start site searching in locations. Did we already get? Oh, no, we have not. See? Absolutely. Where's he at? Did I skip him? I did. Okay, so we summoned, or we did a Maelstrom, and now the goal, I don't know why I had him going over to Kunaral. Now NC-16 is going to head right back to and he's going to sit there for forever. So now we have Mother Oak, Gift of Health, Well of Misery, and Maelstrom. Next turn, we are going to try to put up, I'm probably going to alchemize some Death Gems, and we're going to put up a middling Gift of Nature's Bounty. And we're going to see how that goes. Fingers crossed. I am forging more Dwarven Hammers. I'm not really doing much of it this turn, but next turn I'm going to start really like trying to do like a gear set every single turn. This turn I had a spare hammer, so I just started off with some Armor of Knights. So that's pretty much it. Not really a lot of crazy interesting things going on. Again, just mass preparation. We unfortunately didn't get to see any of the big battles this turn between Lanka and Hinam. Hinam has, from my understanding, Hinam has had a couple of fights go really their way with Lanka, but Lanka is still doing the whole, oh, I have a billion thugs thing, and just raiding the shit out of Hinam. So we're going to have to see if Hinam can actually force some victories, or if things are going to eventually go south for them. I say that, again, I plan on attacking in the next, like, 2 or 3 turns. I still think this is all going to be decided by turn 110, 115 or so. So we're going to have to see how that goes. Here's a secondary problem before I end. One of the big things is, even with all these armies, I need all of them to win. You know, like, there's not a, oh, if this one fails, that's okay. No, I need, like, all of these to win, which is one of the reasons why I'm taking it slow and methodically, right? If it was just, oh, I just need 1 or 2 of them to win, I would have thrown all of these armies out 10 turns ago, right? I would have just gone for it. But I need all of them to win, which means I need to make sure all of them can do what I need them to do. And that's, I say that, but that's very unlikely to happen. Either I'm going to not be able to crush an army, or I'm going to get hit with a super combatant that I can't take out, or something along those lines, right? So we've got problems. We will hopefully figure those out over the course of the next few turns. Anyways, that's going to be it for the turn. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.